What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK, brother, Dr. Blick, the darkest man who around. And today, guys, I'm here with External Flash. Say hi to the people, man.
Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Flash here, and Blick, as always, thanks for having me on the channel, homie.
No problem. It's always great to have you on my channel. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about One Piece World Seeker, and we're going to be stressing the importance of this game in terms of One Piece game in the future, in terms of how One Piece games could be made in terms of it going forward. So I'm going to give it over to Flash to say the stuff that he's got to say. So go ahead, man.
So I think it's very important to support this title. What it's looking like to me is that One Piece World Seeker is that final push from Bandai, like, hey, we need to go all in on something different because everything we've tried before is tanking. Like One Piece Burning Blood tanked, Pirate Warriors 3 didn't do as better as the other two, tanked. Like all these other games, they're not doing very well, and they're like, hey, we need to make something big and go and put all our cards on the table, which I think is what One Piece World Seeker is. And yeah, One Piece World Seeker might not be your ideal One Piece game. It might not have multiplayer, might not be a fighter, there might not be a huge character roster, but you know what? We're not gonna get a perfect One Piece game unless we support one that you know, comes out and we get a sequel to it, because the first games are always rough, guys. Like, I guarantee you, if they made a Burning Blood 2, that game would have been lit, but Burning Blood didn't do well. Nobody supported it, so we didn't get it. And that'll be the same for this game, and that'll be the same for every other One Piece game we get. But I think if we don't support this game now, I think Bandai's just gonna say, okay, we've tried everything we can with One Piece, and that we're just not gonna do anything big with the games. Because here's the thing, as well, with the way they have the license and stuff like that. Like they have to put out a One Piece game every year to keep the licensing, or else somebody like Koei Tecmo might pick it up. Which, I mean, would be kind of okay in my opinion, but still, we don't really want them to switch licensing and stuff like that, because Bandai can do a lot with this, and they have to put out a game every year, and if we don't support what they put out, then they're just not gonna put it out, and then they'll lose the licensing, and then we're out of One Piece games. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good deal. That's pretty much the beginning of what I have to say. Blake, go ahead.
With me, I do agree with everything that you said. Like they could still put out the games for One Piece, but the games could be more so lackluster just to put it out for putting out sake, just to keep the licensing. Because the thing about One Piece is the gaming market for the series has so much potential, but it's one of those things that they don't quite get it right. Like, it doesn't quite get the chance, it doesn't quite get the opportunity, and with the criticism that the One Piece games get, it's more so justified, but there's no solutions to it. Like, if you're gonna criticize something, you gotta give a solution or an alternative that is actually realistic to the game itself. So with this game, we know that this game is pretty much gonna be Luffy only as a playable character, and I know a lot of people are gonna be down about that. I know a lot of people are gonna be upset about it. I know a lot of people are not happy that it's gonna be Luffy only. I know a lot of people are going to be sad about it, but I look at it this way. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't know whether I'm gonna like the gameplay or not. I look at it in a sense that Luffy has a lot of moves. He has a lot of unique abilities. He has a lot of unique attacks. If they can put it all into so much detail, like a lot of detail into him only as a character in terms of what he can do, attacks that he can pull off, all of that stuff. If they were to put that into Luffy, because let's face it, there are some attacks that Luffy has that were not in Burning Blood. A good example is Elephant Gatling. We haven't seen that wasn't in Burning that wasn't in Burning Blood.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't in Burning Blood.
Like, there's a lot of moves that Luffy can do that's not in Burning Blood, and there's a lot of things that they can do in terms of creativity of Luffy's ability. Like, Oda did say that the reason why he gave Luffy the ability to stretch is because he can make battles silly at any point, and he can actually do a lot with the fact that he's made out of rubber. So a lot of things, like being able to pick up items, like you know how, like, you see in like Spider-Man games how you can pick up items and chuck them at people, stuff like that is going to be key into making attacks and stuff more diverse. And also quick time events are going to be key as well to the game. So stuff like that is going to be key in terms of bringing the game forward. So even though Luffy may be the only character, there's still a lot that they can do with the game. I'm not saying it's going to be as good as Arkham. I'm not saying it's going to be as good as Spider-Man and all those games. All I'm saying is that if you criticize the game, give a solution to what they can do better realistically. Not just saying, oh, they need to do this, they need to do that. Because there's certain stuff that you say that doesn't really make the game a sequel. So for example, if you got Burning Blood and you just say take out Logia guard or Logia guard, if you say that, then that's not Burning Blood, because that's the fundamental part of what makes Burning Blood. If you want a game like that, like if you take that out, you want a completely new game. So what I'm saying is this, like if you're gonna say I'm not buying this game because it's offline and I only like online games, come on man, that's a bit like that's a bit iffy, because for me, gameplay is the hardcore fundamental of the game. Like a game can have online, it doesn't mean it's gonna play well. And if they're planning on making this a heavily story mode driven game with a lot of content, like let's say something like Zelda, which I kind of doubt it, because Zelda has a butt ton of content, a lot of stuff that they're putting into the game. If it has a lot of content, then I can see why they are focusing on offline. So I feel like people need to relax, people need to calm down, and people just need to wait until the trailer comes out, wait until we see gameplay, and then make a full judgment on whether the game is gonna be good. Like Flash said, this is not gonna be the perfect One Piece game. We're just gonna give good criticism and give stuff that it can do to do better. Burning Blood didn't really get that. It more so got bashing and hating without no answers or solution, leaving Bandai in a direction going hard. These people might want an open world game. So with the way everything was structured, you can kind of tell the way they were wording things, you can kind of tell that they were hinting at these stuff anyway. I'd rather know it now than know it later down the line with other games that they've confirmed in the past, because they're being honest with us. We've played anime games from Bandai in the past where things that we thought that were going to be there was not there. But if we know that this is not going to be there from the beginning, then we can kind of have a rough idea of what they're trying to do with the game. They're not hiding anything, they're being open with what this game is. And since this is the 20th anniversary of One Piece, they'd be like, yo, 20 years of One Piece, we might as well go in, we might as well go ham, we might as well just go all out. That's my point of view, and we're just here to give you guys feedback and to let you guys know how you can support One Piece games going forward. And also, if you want to switch, like just put hashtag One Piece freaking World Seeker, like switch or something. I don't know, bro. But back to you.
I got a couple things to say too. A lot of people are jumping the gun. I think Blick touched on this just a little bit, saying like you said, they're not gonna buy it because it's offline only. There's no online fights. I'm not doing this. There's no creative character. I'm not buying it. Well, guys, listen. To each their own. You can have your own opinion, but we haven't seen anything on this game yet. We don't know if the gameplay is horrible. If you don't like the gameplay and you don't want to buy it, then I'm not gonna, like, nobody's gonna judge you. You shouldn't buy a game you don't think will be fun from the gameplay. But we just got a couple of screenshots and a couple confirmations. You should not start bashing the game now. Like, you're literally just stomping on it before it's born. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it. I
totally agree. And there's one thing that people need to keep in mind. The whole game rests on the gameplay, the content of the story mode, and the content that the offline is going to have. And also, since this game's only centered around Luffy, they got to go all out in terms of Luffy's attacks. So Luffy's got to have a wide variety of moves, a wide variety of things that he can do, and also things that we haven't seen. And this is one thing you got to keep in mind, man. Since this is the 20th anniversary for One Piece, you got to keep in mind that Luffy is going to have transformations. We haven't seen second gear, we haven't seen fourth gear, we haven't seen Tank Man, we haven't seen some of the techniques that have not appeared in the game, like freaking that move where Luffy stretches his head out and freaking headbutts them. We haven't, like we did to Captain Kuro. There's a lot of attacks that we haven't seen. We haven't seen all the variations of bazooka. Like, Luffy has one of the most unique abilities when you kind of look at it across the main shonen board. Like, if you compare it to like the big shonen guns like Goku, Naruto, Luffy has probably one of the most unique movesets out there, just based on the fact that he's made out of rubber. I'm not saying he's better than all of these characters or have better moves than these characters, but in terms of what he can do based on his
he doesn't just punch and kick people.
Exactly. Like, and if he does it in a weird, unique way. So if they can use that to their advantage, and the fact that Luffy is able to jump high up in the air, and if they have that one scene that they had in Impel Down, wait, was it Impel Down? Yeah, Impel Down, where Luffy was like swinging over, like where Luffy was swinging. Actually no, Enies Lobby. I mean, where Luffy was swinging to Robin, like trying to get to Robin in that arc. If they have scenes like that, that's gonna be dope, because Luffy does have that ability to use his arms to stretch to
like
certain places.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man, like like Spider Luffy, bro. Like if he
straw hat.
Oh my god.
yo, but real talk though. This is just briefly off topic, but it's, you know, this is what we need to see in this game, and this is just to kind of give you an example of what we could be getting. So keep your eyes open and don't just shut it down right away. We don't know, but if a lot of people are saying this is Skyrim of One Piece. If that's the case, if this game's gonna go all out and it's gonna have one character and it's going to be offline only, here's what I want to see from this game. I want to see a level system. Start out as level 1. I want to see a skill tree system. I don't want to be able to use all of Luffy's moves right from the get-go. I want to be able to set up the moves I have with the skill trees that I unlock. I want to see all of the major bosses be a boss in this huge world that you have to level up to beat specific bosses to get to new areas. I want to see Blackbeard level 75 or some shit, and like you got to level up and go through the other bosses and kind of level up Luffy before you can go take on him, or someone like Shanks, or somebody that's, you know, Yonko level. They need to do this where it'll give you that replay value. If it's anything like what I want it to be, there needs to be caves you can explore and find pirate crews under there and take their treasure, and items that'll boost your XP and stuff like that. It needs to be an actual RPG. Like, it needs to be great. You can't just go in and kick some Marines' asses and then expect to, like, oh, I'm gonna play this game for a year. And I don't think Bandai expects you to do that either. And I think they're going to do something big. Again, I don't know. So, but that's what like, they need to do that. And I think everybody will be satisfied with a game like that if it happens. So don't bash it yet. Don't knock it before you try it. That's what my mom used to tell me about food. So don't do any of that. But real talk though, the other thing too is the dub. A lot of people are wanting dub, surprisingly, because a lot of people didn't want dub in Burning Blood. And not to ramble, Blake, I apologize. But what is it? Their goal for this is to introduce new fans into the One Piece game series and the anime and whatnot through this game. And I think for them to do that, they need to make it English. A lot of people in America, believe it or not, do not like to watch Japanese subs, and I was one of those people until One Piece and Naruto kind of pushed me to do it. But there's a lot of fans that feel the way I do about Dragon Ball, and that's where I cannot play a game or watch it in sub unless I'm forced to. I want to watch it in English. They need to have that option if they expect to bring new fans into this game, because there's no way they're going to succeed in that if they're forced to listen to a Japanese cast straight off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to read subtitles and play a game at the same time. I tried that with Attack on Titan. It was horrible. I didn't know what people were saying. I was too busy focusing on the game. So, Bandai, please, for once, just add a dub in One Piece. It's only Luffy playable character. Add a dub and just see the feedback you get. That's all I'm asking.
I totally agree with everything that you're saying. Like, there's a lot of things that is key to success, but I gotta put that out there. When Flash said Skyrim, he means on a lower level, because I don't want a lot of people to compare this game to Skyrim, because if you're comparing this game to Skyrim, there's a 99.9% chance that you will be disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
because that's a legendary game when it comes to freaking exploring.
Skyrim's a game of the year worthy.
Exactly, like, and I don't think that this game will be that case. I feel like it'll be a really good game. I feel like there's a massive chance. The only thing that you can say that will be iffy is the gameplay. But like you said, if they implement a level up system, or even have a system where Rayleigh's teaching you new attacks and you have to hit targets and all that stuff, that would be cool. I would like to learn stuff like that. But as a whole, I do feel like if you want to give constructive criticism, just put it down in the comment section below, saying the things that you want this game to have, and saying the things that you don't like about this game so far. If you don't like it just being Luffy only, explain why. Don't just say, I don't like it because it's Luffy only, and then that's it. Because at the end of the day, they got to do what fits the game itself. It's not about implementing and cramming stuff in, even though you know it's not going to work. It's about implementing stuff that you know that can work. Obviously, they can fit multiple characters, but it also depends on what they're trying to do with the game in terms of the story mode, in terms of actually being like going into detail with characters, because they're trying to emphasize Luffy's ability to stretch, and since they're trying to emphasize that, they're trying to put all their concentration, all their focus on Luffy's character alone. But as a whole, I feel like a lot of people need to calm down, relax. This game, like, we barely known about this game for a week. So people need to calm down, relax. There's no rush. No one's forcing you to buy this game. Just relax. And if you dislike it, give a reason why. I'm tired of seeing people saying, if this is offline only, then I'm not buying it. Why? If it's online only, I'm not buying. Like, why? Like, that's what we want. Valid reasons, valid explanations, because you just saying that does not help anything, and it doesn't help the game progress. But like Flash said, the Switch version will most likely come. Just keep demanding, just keep pushing it at Bandai, just keep saying it, just keep talking about it. It will happen. It will happen. Just keep on talking about it. Just don't relax on it, because the Switch version will happen. I was surprised they confirmed on Xbox, like before the Switch. Like, that shocked me, because the Switch version will most likely sell better.
Right. But well, regarding the Switch version, the developer for this game is Ganbarian, and a lot of the titles that they've actually made for One Piece have been on Nintendo consoles, so there is a really good chance for these guys to actually have their game on the Switch, because I mean, they made Unlimited World Red. That game's just now getting published on, it moved over to the Switch, so there is a possibility that people are seeing this demand. Because I was telling Blick earlier, you go to the Bandai Namco US tweet of them announcing this game for the West, and you scroll it down, it's all Nintendo Switch tweets, and it's not too late for them to port it on over. So everyone's wanting it. They have experience with Nintendo games, the developers do. It's definitely a possibility. Just keep letting them know, hey, I want it. Don't demand it. Don't say give it to me now. Don't death threats or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just add them on Twitter or whatever, or email or letter or whatever you do to, you know, give your feedback, and just let them know, hey, this game would be awesome on the Switch. That's all you got to do. And I mean, it's a really good possibility that we could get it, but that's it on that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because the thing about it is, all of the people that keep tweeting at Bandai saying the Switch, keep doing that, because they're gonna see it. They look at all these stuff, like they look at comments on videos, seeing people's reaction and feedback, and if no one gives no reason why they dislike it, it gets them confused to what they can do to improve. I know people are saying it's obvious that they should know and all this stuff, but as a company, like, even like if me myself cannot understand what you guys want, then it's gonna be harder for Bandai to understand, because they're the outside looking in. Like me, Flash, Venge, Dugan, all of us, we're on the inside. So you got to kind of explain to us the reasons why and what you would like to see from this game realistically. I don't want no unrealistic BS, but that's pretty much it. Is it right? You got anything else?
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, so make sure you guys leave your thoughts and opinions about the game down in the comment section below. Make sure you check out Flash and his channel, because I'm sure he's gonna be streaming a lot of games on Twitch as well, and a lot of people are gonna be looking forward to seeing people play through this game, because this is gonna be a good game to stream. So yeah,
it's gonna be a big game.
So yeah, subscribe to Flash and follow his Twitch. All of that stuff will be in the description, and also make sure you slap the like button, bruh, because that shows you
Gatling.
Yeah, freaking Gomu no, the like button, bruh. Because it shows that you guys are supporting the content, and you're supporting the video, and you're actually a part of what we're trying to say. And if you dislike it, then go ahead, because that counts as criticism as well. But as a whole, guys, this has been your UK Chocolate Brother, Dr. Blick, the darkest man around, and you know, it's time for me to put down that fried chicken and the Kool-Aid and wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please like, rate, and enjoy this video. And yeah, this UK Chocolate Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Peace, Lee.